Monthly dividend stocks are some of the most popular income investments on the market. But there's one big problem. Everybody claims their favorite monthly payer is the best. Some investors swear by Realty Income. Others chase massive yields from stocks like AGNC. And then there are the hidden picks almost nobody talks about. So I wanted to answer one simple question. What actually is the best monthly dividend stock? And to do that, I decided not to rely on just one opinion. I asked investors from the Trading212 and YouTube community. I asked everyone's favorite AI chatbot, and then I compared the stocks using actual data. Not hype, not YouTube comments, not whoever has the highest dividend yield. Real numbers. So in this video, we're going to put some of the most popular monthly dividend stocks head to head. And by the end, we'll see which one comes out on top. Now, before we start, there's one important rule for this list. This video is only focused on individual monthly dividend stocks and REITs. So no ETFs, no covered call income funds, and no income ETPs. That's a completely separate battle for another video. With that said, let's find out what investors picked first. I ran polls through the YouTube community page and Trading212, then combined all of the responses together to get one overall result. And honestly, the winner wasn't even close. Realty Income, ticker symbol O, absolutely dominated the vote with 53% of all responses. That means more than half of investors picked Realty Income as the best monthly dividend stock overall. And to be fair, it's not hard to see why. It's literally branded as the monthly dividend company. It has decades of monthly payments behind it, and for a lot of dividend investors, it basically is the gold standard. But what I found more interesting was second place. Main Street Capital came in with 22% of the vote. That's a really strong result considering Realty Income is far more well known. Main has built a bit of a cult following among income investors because it combines a high yield, monthly dividends, and occasional special dividends on top. After those two though, the results dropped off pretty sharply. AGNC came in third with 10%, which honestly tells you a lot about investor psychology. Because despite AGNC being one of the riskiest stocks on the list, people are still massively attracted to that huge double-digit dividend yield. Then we had EPR Properties with 7%, Gladstone Commercial with 5%, and STAG Industrial with 2% of the votes. And then the remaining stocks barely registered at all. LTC and EIF both received 1.5% each, while SMIF finished last with just 0.5% of the vote. So, based purely on investor opinion, Realty Income is the clear winner. But does that actually mean it's the best monthly dividend stock? Well, next, I asked ChatGPT the exact same question. And the response was actually pretty interesting. So what is the best monthly dividend stock? Interestingly, ChatGPT also picked Realty Income as the number one choice overall. The main reason was balance. Not necessarily the highest yield, not the fastest growth, but the strongest overall combination of reliability, dividend history, stability, and long-term sustainability. ChatGPT highlighted the fact that Realty Income has paid more than 670 consecutive monthly dividends, which is 55 years, and increased its dividend for over 30 years straight, which is honestly pretty ridiculous when you think about it. It also pointed out that Realty Income sits in what I'd call the sweet spot for income investing. The yield is usually around 5 to 6%, which is high enough to generate meaningful income, but not so high that investors immediately start worrying about sustainability. And unlike some of the riskier names on this list, Realty Income's cash flow comes from thousands of commercial properties leased to major companies under long-term contracts. So overall, ChatGPT basically viewed Realty Income as the safest all-round monthly dividend stock. But it didn't completely ignore the others. For higher income, it highlighted Main Street Capital. And for more aggressive yield, it pointed towards EPR Properties. And also for maximum yield, With significantly higher risk, it mentioned AGNC, which actually lines up surprisingly closely with the investor poll results we just looked at. But one point ChatGPT kept coming back to was this: the highest yield doesn't automatically make something the best investment, because extremely high yields often exist for a reason. Usually because the market sees higher risk, weaker business quality, or potential dividend cuts. And honestly, that's where the data section gets really interesting. Because next, instead of opinions or AI responses, we're going to compare every stock using actual measurable data to see which one genuinely comes out on top. So far, both investors and ChatGPT have come to basically the same conclusion. Realty Income appears to be the favorite overall monthly dividend stock. But now we get to the part that matters most, the actual data. Because opinions are one thing, but numbers are much harder to argue with. So to compare these stocks as fairly as possible, I scored every company across 6 different categories. Those categories were Dividend Yield, Dividend Stability, Dividend Growth, Business Quality, Volatility, and Payment Reliability. And importantly, these scores were based on measurable data, not personal opinion. Every stock received a score out of 10 in each category before being combined into one final total score. And once all of the numbers were added together, the results became very interesting, because for the 3rd time in a row, Realty Income finished in first place, with a total score of 53 out of 60. Which honestly just shows how balanced Realty Income really is. It didn't necessarily dominate every single category, but it scored consistently well across all of them. Strong yield, elite payment reliability, excellent business quality, and one of the best long-term dividend track records on the entire list. But what surprised me most was how close Main Street Capital actually came. Main finished in second place with a score of 50 out of 60. And unlike Realty Income, Main achieved that with a noticeably higher yield and stronger dividend growth. Which makes sense when you think about why income investors love this stock so much. It offers high income, monthly payments, and historically strong shareholder returns. But there is one important difference between the two. Main carries noticeably higher risk, because unlike Realty Income's massive diversified property portfolio, Main Street Capital is a business development company, meaning its performance is more tied to the broader economy and credit markets. After those two, there was a bit of a gap. Exchange Income Corporation came in third with 44 points, followed closely by STAG Industrial and LTC Properties, both scoring 43. These 3 stocks didn't necessarily excel in one specific area, but they performed well across most categories without any major weaknesses. And then we get to the really interesting part of the ranking, the high yield stocks, because AGNC, EPR, and Good all scored far lower than many investors might expect. AGNC actually had the highest yield on this list, but still finished dead last overall. Why? Because once you factor in volatility, weaker dividend growth, business quality concerns, and historical dividend cuts, the massive yield starts to look a lot less attractive. And honestly, this is probably the biggest lesson from the entire video. The highest yield does not automatically equal the best investment. In fact, some of the safest and best performing long-term income stocks often sit somewhere in the middle. Not too low yield, but not dangerously high either. Now, one thing I also wanted to test was whether changing the weighting of the categories would affect the final rankings. So I created a second version of the scoring system that placed more emphasis on dividend stability, growth, and overall business quality. And surprisingly, the rankings barely changed. Realty Income still finished first, Main still came second, and the riskier, higher yield stocks still remained near the bottom, which tells me something pretty important. These results weren't just caused by one lucky metric. The stronger companies consistently performed well across almost every category. And when both investors, AI, and hard data all start pointing towards the same stock, that's when things get really interesting. So after looking at investor opinion, AI analysis, and actual quantitative data, we ended up with a surprisingly consistent result. Realty Income came out on top every single time. And honestly, I think that says a lot. Because while there are definitely monthly dividend stocks on this list with higher yields, faster growth, and more aggressive upside, Realty Income seems to offer the best overall balance between income, reliability, stability, and long-term sustainability. It's not the flashiest stock, it's not the highest yielding stock, but when multiple completely different approaches all point towards the same answer, that's usually worth paying attention to. Now, personally, I also think Main Street Capital deserves a huge amount of credit here as well. Because if your goal is maximizing income while still maintaining decent business quality, Main is probably one of the strongest monthly dividend stocks available. But as we saw in the data section, that extra yield does come with extra risk. And I think that's probably the biggest takeaway from this entire video. When it comes to dividend investing, yield alone means almost nothing. Because a sustainable 5% yield that grows over time is usually far more valuable than a risky 12% yield that eventually gets cut. Now obviously, none of this is financial advice, and different investors will always prefer different types of stocks depending on their goals. Some people want maximum income, some want maximum safety, and others want long-term dividend growth. But hopefully this video helps separate the hype from the actual data. Now next month I'm going to do the exact same challenge again, but this time for monthly dividend ETFs, which honestly could get very controversial. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. And as always, keep it simple, realistic, and keep it effortless.